Thank you very much for all of you who are here. So in Brazil, it is, what time is it? 8 o'clock now. In São Paulo, it's a very hot. I'm talking about using coursebooks to personalize online classes. I am Luciana D'Agosto. I am the owner and coordinator of D'Agosto Language School, and I am very active on social media. So if you want to talk to me, please drop me a line. It will be a pleasure to talk to all of you. Yeah, let's go. Well, I would like to ask you, how are you feeling today, guys? Could you please write there in the chat the number on a dog scale? How are you feeling today? Let's see. Wow, 9, 4, 5, 7. Great. Wow. Amazing. So good. So most of you are like me because you are 9. It's a pleasure to be here. Okay, let's move on. So I hope that you have a wonderful time here with me. Well, let's take a look at my talk today. What will happen today? I will talk a little bit about personalization. Then the role of coursebooks, because I'm a big fan of coursebooks. Personalizing a coursebook activity. I will show how we do in our school to make the lessons highly personalized using coursebooks. At the end, we are going to have questions, okay? And my objective is that at the end of the talk, you will be better able to understand how to adapt and personalize activities from the coursebook. All right, let's have a good time together. Let's go. I will start talking about the personalization. According to John Hughes, personalization can create a positive environment for the learners and teachers. Why? Because when you personalize your lessons, it leads to a good rapport. It promotes a wonderful environment. So your students are really safe. They are really engaged. So personalizing a lesson is extremely important. Okay? And I would like to know from you, what are the key elements of a personalized lesson? Could you please write 1 or 2 words in the chat? What do you believe are the key elements of a personalized lesson? Let's see. Every creativity, every student is different, context, level of student, connection. All right. Needs. All right. Open materials. Tailor-made classes, interest, students' needs, interest. Wow. Amazing. Wow. We're very experienced teachers. What a beautiful audience. All right. So you know a lot about personalization, and then I will tell you what personalization encompasses. First of all, a personalized lesson is the one that the teacher is able to build good rapport. This is essential. Without rapport, we don't have lessons. Knowing the needs and preferences of the group or individual students, selecting and adapting materials and activities. And here, I would like you to pay attention to that, selecting and adapting. It's not necessary creating material from scratch and using authentic material all the time, looking for videos, texts, TV programs, podcasts. Coursebooks are ready. They are there, ready to be used. And what we have to do is just to select and adapt the materials, taking into consideration that nowadays we have digital books, wonderful digital books to make our lessons marvelous. We don't need to create anything from scratch because teachers are not material writers. And here in my school, we use coursebooks all the time, and our students are really happy, and they feel that the lessons are super personalized. Because I totally agree with Pannier. I brought a quote from Pannier. You can take a look. All right. Not only course books are very good and they are so persuasive, but what is the effect of course books on students? They feel safe, comfortable, confident. They know what will happen at the beginning and at the end. They can revise what happened before. They can predict the future. So you see, so they know the end of the journey. And also the teacher. When they see the teacher using the course book and adapting the course book, they trust the teacher. They feel they are in a safe environment. And this is essential for everybody. So when you feel safe, you learn more. But some teachers say, oh, but I can't create anything when I use course books. Not really. I will show you why. The pros of using course books, it's because course books bring a structured content. You know exactly what you have to deal with. Everything is so structured that there is a list of exercises there, a logical sequence, so the structure is perfect. Course books are consistent. It means that it's easy for the teacher to evaluate a group when everybody's using the same material. The same happens to individual students. So you can see if the student's okay or not, because you have a reference. It is consistent. Wonderful. Of course, it's time saving. You don't have to imagine things, to create things, to prepare unique classes all the time. It is there. It's just to prepare your lessons based on the course book. It is comprehensive since it brings lots of things regarding to speaking, reading, writing, listening. Course books are complete. And not only that, but it brings tools for evaluation, quizzes, tests, and lots of tools for assessment. Course books are marvelous. I'm a fan of them. Mainly the course books from Macmillan. And what's the role of course books? I told you a lot about the role of course books, that they help the students a lot, the teacher a lot. But okay, Luciana, how can I choose a course book for my group? I don't know which book I can choose. I will help you. First, you have to select the suitable course book to your group. How do you know course books? Talk to teachers, go to conferences, talk to publishers. Macmillan has a wonderful range of different books for young learners, teenagers, adults, business, exam preparation. So not only Macmillan, but other publishers, get in touch with them. Once you choose a course book, you have to bear in mind that they are not 100% suitable for your students. You have to add something. Then you can add your material there. Also, sometimes there are some activities that they are not really, they are not good for that group of students. What do? Don't use them, okay? Don't use. And if you want to use them, you have to adapt to the needs of your students. And here, I will give you a suggestion that helps me a lot, choosing your course book from Alan Cummingsworth. There is the reference at the end. This book is from Macmillan as well. So he gives you a checklist, what you have to take into consideration when choosing a course book. Well, Luciana, how do I do everything? And here, I will share with you an activity from American Inside Out Evolution from Macmillan. This is a pre-intermediate book that I use with my teenagers and young adults. And I have to tell you guys, they love the book. They have lots of fun with this book. And of course, I'm not going to work with the whole unit, but my focus today will be reading, listening, and grammar. I will show you how I adapted, how I added, and how I subtracted in this lesson. And then you are going to have an idea of how I did it. Let's start. Let's go. Okay. This is Mindy. She is a triathlete. Which questions would you like to ask her? Do you have questions? She's so beautiful. She's so sporty. Would you like to ask any question? You can write in the chat. All right, so if you don't want to write in the chat, you can think about the questions. Don't worry. Okay. Where are you going? How do you cope with 3 sports? How old are you? Yeah, very good questions. All right. This is my question as well. Where are you from? Okay. All right. How long has she been in sports? What do you do? Very good questions. Okay. Let's see if she answered all the questions. There is a text here. Did she give any answer? Take a look very fast. I believe that you had time to read. Okay. Well, this is exactly what we do with our students at school, because when you read a text, you read for a reason. And here, why are you reading this text? Because I want to know some answers, of course, and then I am going to read. If you just give the text, the students will get bored. Oh, now you're going to read a text. Oh, teacher, I don't like reading. I'm not going to read. But then if you tell them, oh, let's talk about Mindy, they are so interested and they are going to read and see the questions, okay? The objective of this part of the lesson is to work with questions. But of course, then I personalize the questions for each student. They ask each other. Okay, my focus here will be to work with comparatives. And I have to skip this one because of the time, all right? And here we have the before. I will go back. It's not fair with you. I will go back. All right. What do I do with my students after doing that? I ask them, what is surprising about Mindy? And what extreme sport would you like to try? The book brings this question, what extreme sport would you like to try? But the book doesn't bring this question. I adapt it. I decided to put this question in the lesson to make my students speak. And they speak, oh, she's so nice. Wow, I'm not like her, you see. So, and then they start talking. All right. In this part, this is the listening part. The book suggests that the students need to know the date of birth of all these sports stars. My students are teenagers, guys. They are very young. They don't know anything. What do? I don't use this part. Sorry, Macmillan, I don't use this part. What do I do here? I start asking them, what do they know about these sports stars? Who is more famous, Neymar or Cristiano Ronaldo? Who is older, Maria Sharapova or Simone Biles? What do you know about Stephen Curry? Do you know Rory McIlroy? Yes, no? So they start comparing. And then we go to the listening. I'm not going to play the listening, but I will tell you the answer. It is Cristiano Ronaldo, because Cristiano Ronaldo is famous around the world. Okay, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. They listen once, okay? And then they listen again to complete the sentences, because here is the comparative form. As they are pre-intermediate students, they had the opportunity to study comparative forms in the past. They studied in the basic level. So here in the book is just a recap. And then we call it, oh, take a look, a little bit older, much older, not as old as. All right, great, good. Now it's time to personalize. The book suggests this activity. This activity is there in the book. I adapt. I tell my students, you can complete the sentences with celebrities, singers, bands, members of your family, whatever you want. And then they feel so happy. They say, wow, all right. And then they start writing funny sentences, and then they have lots of fun because they are talking about themselves. Okay? So guys, if you want to talk more about personalization and course books, feel free to reach me. It would be a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much for being here.